What's going on, folk?
Hey.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to another episode of No Panties After Dark. It is, January 11th, 2023. It's yours truly, Mr. Just As Joe. I got my other hostess with the mostest, my sister from another mister, Miss Pretty Brown Skin. What's up, sis?
Hey.
Man, we got a special guest for y'all coming in, rocking with us tonight, y'all. It's Mr. Gregory B. Y'all can call him Pastor Greg. Y'all can call him Deacon Greg. Y'all can call him whatever you want, long as you call him. Greg, what's going on, family?
Nothing much. How you doing, brother, man?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm doing good, brother. I'm 5'8" and a half. I ain't trying to get punked out by my voice too.
I cannot. Joe's never gonna do right ever.
Oh man. Let me finish this cookie.
What kind of cookie you got?
Well, considering the fact that them people from that place that we be going to, I got one of them places now. I got one of them places that I go to now.
I know what you mean by that. That's what I used to call it.
We still doing business, but wanted to go get the loan money from them. But that place we go to. So considering that they could be watching at any moment in time. And that is a chocolate chip cookie.
All the people from the place that I go to, they probably watching too. And it's so crazy because they be trying to have conversations about illicit drugs. And I'm like, what the fuck y'all talking about? I don't do none of that shit. But they open with it. That's that place that I be going to.
I know, which is funny considering the place that you go to.
Right. That's the funny part. Like, they can take you in the back, you know what I'm saying, at any moment on the spot.
Exactly. It's like an arm's length away and be like, just, go to the bathroom. Take this one.
I need to hang out more with you guys so I can go to the place in the back.
Don't go to that place in the back at the place that I be going
to. I used to have some jobs where the place in the back was dope. I had a kitchen back there. The employee lounge was like a employee. Well, that's a whole nother story.
We ain't gonna say which one, but let's just say that I work down to the lab.
Yeah.
I work down to the lab. I don't do the specimens or nothing. I do the other shit. But I work down to the lab.
Gotcha.
That's all I'm gonna say.
So what's up? How was y'all's holidays? We had since the last time we were here, we had Christmas and New Year's and Kwanzaa and what's the other one? Hanukkah. So y'all have a good any one of those four?
It was shitty.
What you mean shitty?
It was shitty. I mean, well, you know what I've been going through, so it was shitty. But on the plus side, the stress of it all, I lost like 6 pounds. So saying a win is a win.
Hey, I mean, sometimes it's good to, I told people this year that COVID was like the best diet plan ever. I mean, I lost like 10 pounds in a week. It was great.
A win is a win, however you can get it, right?
How was
your holiday, Greg?
Holiday was great. I didn't do anything. I did mostly relaxing, just got away and unwind. Just got myself unwound a little bit, back to the regular grind starting on January 2nd. But
yeah, I can tell by your voice that you normally be really, really wound up. So, he's normally a really wound up guy,
He do, because me, him, and somebody else we in a group chat, and when I say we be crying all day long, he be wound up all day long. We be crying in tears, laughing.
I don't believe it, but
you gotta look at it like this, Joe. It's dark outside, so I gotta put on the dark voice.
Oh shit!
Okay. Well, I need to take notes.
Right now.
Yeah, there you go. That's what's up. So I guess we can go ahead and we can go ahead and get it cracking, get it moving. Let's see, Dwayne Vaughn, what's up, family? He said it was okay for him, and it's the drink, Barry White, but light skin, a light skin
I
Barry
like
White.
that. I like that.
I bet you've never heard that at all your whole life.
No.
And no one's ever said that. Hey, but we're gonna go ahead and get it cracking, folks. We'll go ahead and start the show. Hey, do me a favor, anybody that's out there watching, I know right here, what I'm seeing is like 500 people so far. And with everybody watching, listen, do me a favor, hit the share button, hit the like button. The biggest compliment that you can give any of us is a share and a like. I ain't talking about Sonny Bono share. I'm talking about, a for reals deals share and like. Let's pound that like button. Let's pound that share button. Some of y'all got 1882 pages. So go ahead and hit that button and we'll go ahead and get it cracking for you. All right. That's what's going on. We got to trick the algorithms out here. You know what I mean? But hey, it's No Panties After Dark, y'all. Your relationship conversation congregation.
No Panties After Dark. Your adult relationship conversation congregation. Going where most ones. Speaking on things most don't. It's No Panties After Dark. We put the relations back into relationships.
BB Trading Company, home of soap sticks and Saya Baba products. Over 400 locations at a store near you. Cincinnati, Ohio, Louisville and Lexington, Kentucky, Southern Indiana, or find yours online at sayababa.com. Again, that's sayababa.com. A BB Trading Company, where you can find fragrances to incite your senses.
All right. Get one of them commercials out the way, folks, so we can get it in. All right, so let's see. We start off typically with the timeline review, so we can go ahead and get it in. It's been a few weeks. We have taken a break ourselves, folks, but we got some stuff to show you. So we're gonna show y'all the timeline review. This is where we show our own Facebook page and go ahead and showcase some stuff on the timeline and laugh about it, talk about it, all that good stuff. Then after this, we'll get into celebrity news you can't use because you really can't use any of it, but it's good stuff to play around with, right? So here we go. And let's take a look. Take a look. Is there anything in particular that
Oh man, I shared one today, and it got things. That one right there got a little heated.
Which one?
Conversation.
This one?
Scroll back.
This one?
No, not that one. That one was funny. That one right there. Conversation got a little heated in there.
Okay, well let's take a look. Is it the wife's job to fulfill all her man's sexual fantasies, even if that is not her desires? Woo! I'ma just say that I'm gonna start off say something, and I want y'all to say something
don't get in
too,
trouble.
and then we're gonna dig in these comments. But I'm gonna just say that I definitely believe that the wife and notice there's the magic word there. the wife.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The committed partner, the helpmate with a ring on her finger. Fanger. Okay. So I believe that the
Mine
wife
empty
should be
too.
trying to do all that she can. Now, this is with discussion and understanding, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
she's trying to do all that she can to fulfill that man's sexual desires and fantasies. I mean, believe me, there's some things that are outlandish out there. I had a friend of mine in Miami, and this was back in, I don't know, man, I don't know, 2008, 9, something like that. But it was after everybody was upside down in their houses, right? So her and her husband had to stay together because if they were to try to sell the house now, they would just lose, right? So they stayed together, but they hadn't been intimate for 5 years and were separated, something like that, right? Because, and I might be exaggerating 5 years, but it was a long time. But because he wanted her to use a dildo on him. So
No.
that hit the peak of her. That's too freaky, level. And I get that. I think
that's very freaky.
I think that within social norms, or which I mean are getting so thrown at a whack these days, right? But within social norms, your wife, and just like your husband, should be focused on fulfilling certain sexual fantasies and desires. Now, I get it. He wants a threesome. I mean, that's a tough one. She just may not want to share. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, ladies. If you are taking care of that surfboard, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He ain't worried about nobody else bringing nobody. Let me tell you something. He is not worried about nobody else coming in for a threesome. He is not worried. He is not getting bored. None of that. Why? Because you dressing up. He come in the house and it's dark, and you stripping his pants down, and he's just getting head right there at the door. I mean, this is all wifey stuff. You are doing different things that is just, I mean, one of my partners on the Tipping Point show, partner came on. We had a $1 Million Man show, and brother came on, said he was on his way out to a real estate deal, and his wife was he was very nervous. His wife said, "Hey, I'm gonna calm you down real quick," and she gave him head before he went out, and he closed that big deal, and they further their $1 million empire because of it. So what y'all got to say about it? I'm done. What y'all got to say?
You know what? This is how I feel about threesomes. Most men can't handle the one woman they got. What you gonna do with two?
Okay, but outside of threesomes, this right here, is it the wife job?
Outside of that, I think it is, but I think that before we get to the point of marriage and even getting to a relationship, we need to be having those discussions like, what are your fantasies? What are your wants? What are your needs? And so that way each partner can determine whether or not, can I fulfill this? Can I keep up with this? This is what he wants. This is what she wants. Am I going to be able to handle that? And in that way, it's not sprung on you 10 years in, like, we need to spice it up. I like for you to fuck me in the ass with a dildo. Like, whoa, where was this 10 years ago? You didn't tell me you was into that. So I think that those are discussions that we need to have up front before we dive into that thing.
That's exactly right. I mean, you need communication. That's the first step to intimacy right there.
Yes.
You have to be willing to talk about any and everything, get it out the way. The sexual fantasies part, you should be able to, and I mean, this is my opinion, regardless whether the husband or the wife, you should be able to come in and do something spontaneously all the time. You should always set it up different. Because if you do the same thing all the time, it becomes routine, it becomes boring, and then, nobody's really living their fantasy. And then one or both parties may decide, oh, somebody's offering me something like this. You know what I'm saying? But in my honest opinion, if you're going to get married, you shouldn't step outside your marriage anyway. But that's truly just what I believe. If I'm going to take those vows, if I'm going to take those vows before God, I'm just going to, take them up and do what I need to do, fulfill my part of the deal. And if it doesn't happen, if God forbid the relationship falls apart or whatever, then once you get finalized with divorce and everything, then go do your
thing. and I feel you, Greg. I feel you. But let's be real. T, would you say that without any spontaneity, that sometimes your monogamous marital relationship can get boring, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I would say that, and I agree, people should mix it up and be spontaneous. But at the same time, man, if look, the reality is that if you are not handling business, you leave the door open for someone else who sees that frustration to say, to get close. That's all I'm saying. You leave that door open for someone else to get close. Now, yes, it is both people's responsibility to stay committed and work on this thing, because that's something that is not happening in this day and age. Is people are not working on relationships. They are saying fuck it and they are bouncing because it's so much easier to do. Plus, not as many people are getting married anymore anyway. So people are making it even easier for themselves to bounce, right? That's kind of the whole idea to marriage, is to make it hard enough to where you can say, you know what, maybe I should work on this a little bit before I just bounce. You know what I mean? Because it's going to cost me this, that, and the other.
And see, that's part of the problem right there, Joe, is that, I call it 5-minute marriages, because a lot of people just sit there and like the idea of getting married, thinking they can do everything that they're supposed to do and everything's going to be just, roses, golden roses. But it's not going to be that way. I mean, it's going to be a fight the whole way. I mean, you gotta commit yourself, recommit yourself, and really recommit yourself to your marriage to make it work. And that's on both parties, not just the man or the woman, but it's on both parties.
Hey, Lucia Campbell, ain't that
Oh, she's looking cute. How you going through all her pictures though?
Well, because see, when people make comments, I like to look at them to see what they about. You know what I mean? Like, when people make comments, I go and look, because it's one thing, like if somebody look like, they got picked up off the street, and they ain't got no arms and no legs, and then they over here talking about, yeah, you should be doing all this. No, should nobody be doing no sexual? No, you know what I mean? But then you look like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, that's a problem in and of itself. So I'm just saying, I'm being very superficial with that. But I mean, at the same time, there is some Kevin Samuels reality to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say there is some truth to it. So
Exactly. Like, you can't be talking shit about this, that, and the other, but you single looking like a wolf. You know what I mean? Like, it don't work like that. You know what I mean? T, pretty brown skin. Come on, talk to us. I mean, I know you think, like you said, your wife should be spontaneous. But I mean, at the same, and I think Greg hit it on the head when he said, look, it's some communications and stuff that needs to be going on before the fact. And that's where it's at. Right.
Exactly. But you know what? Sometimes shit just fizzled out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just personal experience. I was in something and the sex was wild. It was hot. It was spontaneous. And then after a while, the shit just fizzled out. I was lucky if I got 3 minutes on a Sunday and I'd be half asleep before it happened. So, sometimes, people just get bored.
Exactly. And I agree with that. That needs to be explored. See,
it does.
I believe in the ability to communicate, like to have real communication. Like this a person you spending the rest of your damn life with. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be able to have some real damn communication with them. Like, look, baby. It's been like a month since I done, look, when you on your menstrual cycle, I should be able to get some head. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, you should be able to talk and have that real deal conversation like that.
Right. And
And
actually I had somebody break up with me because apparently I took sex off the table a couple of times and we were having a lot of sex. Like we were doing it 2-3 times a day. And I was like, how much is is enough?
and I've heard that before. You having too much sex with me, but I'm like,
But we're having too much sex, so the couple of times that we didn't was an issue. But we were having a lot.
But I mean, you know what? That's part of complacency. Somebody gets.
But we were having a lot. Like if you're doing it 2 and 3 times a day,
No, but
not
that's what I'm
doing it
saying.
one or two
They get
times should be an
complacent.
issue, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They get complacent to that. I mean, it's just, something. We can have sex, but they don't have anything beyond that. If y'all haven't really, ventured beyond
there
that.
it is.
Right.
There it is. You
If
got to be able.
I was
Go
gonna say,
ahead, Greg.
if you started off the relationship, let's say 2 nights, 2 dates, and y'all already fucking and stuff, and y'all just had, I mean, that's all you all are doing all the time. Then by the time you get to the 7th or 8th date, you're like, what do we really know about each other besides our body and our body chemistry? You know what I'm saying?
No, I was we were definitely dating and doing the relationship thing, but we were also having a lot of sex. It was good sex. I'm not gonna lie, but it was a lot. It was more than what I was used to doing, and I'm sitting here like the 2 times and it wasn't even that I took it off the table. It was just it just didn't happen, and that was a problem. So I think like everybody operates differently.
Absolutely.
All right, but
Definitely.
did you read the comments on that post? Because things got a little bit.
Oh yeah, let's dive into the comments. Let's see. We got and see, that's why I looked at Lucia, because I wanted to see. Hell no, people have limits and some have none. Okay, so if you saying that, and this is the question is it the wife's job? Okay, so if the same question is it the man's job? Then guess what? It should be the same. That same answer should be accepted. Hell no, people have limits and some have none. If the question was, is it the man's job? And that's why I don't like when people, are so adamant about stuff like this, because once you flip it around to the other person, then it's like, is it the same? Is it the same? Is the same answer okay? I don't think so in a lot of cases, right? So don't be so adamant to say hell no. I think again, it's communication. Let's talk about it. If you asking me to tap you on your little your little teacup with the hammer, I mean that's that might be weird. Let's we need to talk about that, because I don't I don't want to do that. I don't want to let the hammer slip and fall in your teacup. But here we go. Let's see. Anna Delze, she says no. The fuck? That's what she says. Kim Nardi, she says, well, damn. Different strokes for different folks. And I just found that slightly facetious just because it was about sexual fantasies. And then she comments with different strokes for different folks. But that's an inside in my mind joke. People's boundaries differ. People can come up with some real kinky stuff that I just ain't doing. And that's true. That's communication, right? All right, I get it.
Yeah, and absolutely. But that's the thing. You want to communicate something like that too.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what's needed to be done, instead of just hiding in the corner. Like, oh no, I ain't gonna do this for this man. Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Come out and be upfront.
Yeah, Dwayne Vaughn, he says, got to keep things honest. People work, have kids, and got everyday problems. So when you get home to wifey and do home duties, folks is tired. But you can get your freaky on, just not as often as one would like. And I can dig it. Again, that's communication. You got to be able to talk. But the problem these days is people can't talk. They don't know how to communicate. And, you got role reversal, masculine driven women. So, you try to talk to them and they won't, argue with you. Like, hold up, we both can't be over here masculine arguing and stuff. You know what I mean? So, there's some stuff there, and vice versa with the dudes too, But I definitely agree with the fact that, hey, you gotta have more than sex as the thing in the relationship. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta have other things in common, things you like, things you can do, play games, whatever stuff you want to go do, see, or whatever. because at some point, even if y'all have sex every day of your life, at some point, somebody's sex ain't gonna be great no more. Something ain't gonna be
Y'all
working
done
no
wore that
more.
thing out.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
exactly.
Did you get to the comment that I wanted you to get to? Because that.
Which one? Which one?
All right. So Rosette said, "Yep," and Anna Delvey said, "There you go."
Oh, there we go. Anna Delvey. She says, Rosette Lamont Bland. So if your man wants to let him and 3 of his friends run a train on you because it's one of his fantasies, you're with it, even if you don't want to. And Rosette said, I'm asking, or no, Anna Delvey says, I'm asking. You answered yes. That's some man's fantasy. T says the topic came up because I was approached 3 times in 1 week by couples looking to spice up their bedroom activities. Yes, you talked about that on your personal page. Rosette Lamont Bland, she says, so basically you have boundaries, which would mean you would tell your husband no of his fantasies was something you wouldn't/didn't want to do. She also said, Anna Delvey, not my husband's. No self-respecting husband is wanting to see. And see, that was my first thought when Anna came with this left field analogy. Then I'm just like, okay, first off, we said wife, so we talking about marriage.
But some people do shit like that in their marriage.
Okay, if people do that, then guess what? They had a conversation, they talked about it, and they do that. But
yeah, that's how most open marriages are. They have a conversation and they know what boundaries they're going to go to, what they're not going to do. And having your wife around through about 3 other dudes, yeah, okay.
and like she said, no self-respecting husband. Again, we keep saying husband. See, here's the thing. Anna keeps saying man. Rosette says husband. Okay, the comment said wife. So we're talking about marriage. And so again, people don't focus on.
Yeah, she's got that single mindset, Joe.
See, that's what I'm saying. People got that single mindset, and when we talking husband wife, it ain't too many husband wife relationships where dude's gonna be like, baby, one of my fantasies. Hold on, baby. Take this drink, baby. Just drink this real quick, baby. Baby, I need you to drink this. Okay. All right. Oh, and here, take a shot of this too.
I was in a relationship.
Take a shot of this.
I woke up a few times being Bill Cosby. And we had to have that discussion like, hey, bro. Just
that's what I'm saying.
There's no consent here.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. After he done got her to drink 2, 3, 4, 8 shots and whatnot, then he says, baby, I got 2 of my homies outside, and I think one of the things I just would love to do is to see you get banged by 2 of my homies. It ain't too many self-respecting husbands that honor marriage in the manner at which it's supposed to be. Even if you talking polyamorous relationships, bro, everybody brings something to the table. You know what I mean? Yeah. We still talking good quality relations there.
What about people that's into cuckold though?
Into what?
The cuckold. You know what I'm saying? Where the husband watches another man bang his wife.
Well, like Dwayne Vaughn says, that doesn't even sound right.
I mean, it's people that are into that type of thing. My cousin was telling me that he was on one of the dating apps and this woman approached him because her husband wanted to watch her get fucked by a big black cock.
And see, here's the thing. Again, where 2 agree, it's all good. You know what I mean? It's all good. Even the Bible tells you that when it comes to marriage, where 2 agree, it's all good. So you can do whatever the hell you want in your marriage as long as y'all agree.
Right. But, so I don't want to say that people who respect, saying it's people that don't respect marriage or don't respect their spouse. It's people that respect and uphold their marriage, and that's just what they're into.
That's crazy. I was approached that way.
I mean, I personally wouldn't be into that type of thing, but that's me. But there are people, who are into that type of thing within their marriage.
Yeah, I had a Facebook inbox. Somebody asked me that. And I'm like, no.
Somebody just texted me and asked me to send 5 attachments. I sent them my Cash App. What is going on? I keep seeing 5 attachments all over social media. Like, what's the deal with that?
I don't know.
If I send some attachments, you're going to have to hit my Cash App or something. You're going to have to bless me. I'm saying that for everybody here. Don't even think about it.
Okay, hold on. Let's look at this one.
I want to see some cash.
Going along a exactly. You know what? Hold on. Where the hell is our Cash App? Because I'm out of Cash App here in a minute. You know, and yeah, y'all can.
Hey, Joe, ask gas and cash. Everybody say free.
There it is. Look. Let me pimp her out for a second. Look, y'all want to see some? I'm gonna need $100 at least. You know what I mean?
Ask
gas need $100 here. Let me take the banner down so y'all can see it. I don't want to hear nobody got excuses and shit. You know, $, no panties after dark. $100. As a matter of fact, you know what? Y'all should just send us $1 anyway. Just for being here. Just send us $1. You know what I mean? We appreciate that. You know what I mean? Just we do this all on our own. You know what I mean? We, Instagram page is blazing and everything. You know what I mean? We do this all on our own. So just drop us $1. We appreciate it. You know what I mean? 50 cents. Don't even matter. Let's see. All right, so here. But look, this kind of goes along with it. We're gonna jump on a couple of these real quick and then get to celebrity news you can't use. But Men of Means exercise officer says then he has to beg you for sex. Let's check this out. See what they talk about.
I'm taking you with me. There's some rules you gotta follow.
A couple ads.
Rule 1, we keep our histories to ourselves.
Let that ad go. Here. Get y'all a little mood music. Let's take a look at this. I should have had this queued up. But Kevin Samuels, man, he be y'all messed up. Y'all went and killed that man, ladies.
He killed himself. He dated he was fucking a leftover woman, right? And had a heart attack. Mitch.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How old are you again?
I'm 30.
Mm.
No, good.
So my question was, why don't your friends like my content? But do you have a question?
Yes. So my question was for the high value women or the women who are above the 10%.
Okay.
You made
earnings.
Okay.
Yeah.
You made a post about men who are the 6%. Why should they only have one woman?
3%.
3%. Why should they have one woman?
Mm-hmm.
So for women who are high valued, who are educated, who do make more than the 10%, how do we, I guess, get these 3%ers that only want one woman?
Okay, first of all, a woman's not high value because of her income.
Okay.
The value proposition for women is different.
You just made women mad right there. Right there with that comment.
She's attractive and appealing. Has a comforting character. She's discerning and disciplined. And several other things. But money doesn't make a woman high value.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could go into Hollywood. You can go to places where women have hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, and they still have to marry men on a right. So you're basically asking, how do I get a 3% man to be a loyal? You want what all women tend to want. You want a loyal alpha. Why? Where in history have women ever been able to make that kind of demand of such a... That man, the man you're talking about, is magnitudes more valuable than another man. Just from an income standpoint. We're talking about a man who's at least 3 times more income than average men.
Now, what did Diego say when he was on?
At least.
What was Diego talk about?
Then why doesn't he get 3 times
high
more
value
options of women?
And why they don't date sisters?
He's more valuable, right? And see, this is the female fantasy. I want you to go out there and kill the dragon, be the top dog. I want you to dominate other men, subdue the environment, and I want you to bring it all to me. And then I want you to solely commit to me. Now, for 3 to 5 days or more out of a month, I'm not going to, you can't even touch me sexually. And we know in business, anytime a monopoly is on something, what happens to customer service?
It goes down.
Customer service on products that are monopolies is low. Consumer confidence is average. Innovation is stagnant. What makes a market better? Competition.
Bro, like, look, I'm gonna stop it right there though, because but it's like 22 minutes. But I mean, that was actually kind of interesting how he broke that down and compared it to business. Anytime there's monopoly. So you're talking about, competition is necessary in order for there to be innovation. Because without competition, if there's no one to compete with, then people will focus on being mediocre, right? So in a relationship, in a marriage, for instance, in a relationship, whatever, if somebody doesn't believe that this person is valuable enough to lose, then they may be mediocre, treat them mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
And mediocrity tends to lead to, stagnation. People get bored. Customer service goes down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Servicing, you ain't on point. I say it all the time. We should be dating all throughout the marriage.
Correct. You got to keep it fresh. You got to keep it fresh. You got to work at it. Because think about it, like we committed to forever. And you're going to get bored. You got to keep it. You got to keep falling in love over and over and over and over again in order to maintain it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep it fresh.
That's true. I mean, I can give you a perfect example. Say you take your woman on a date to the park. Okay, you've done that a few times. But let's just say this is a great lawn park down here. Okay, so step up your game. Go to Cincinnati. Go to the parks up there.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Indianapolis. Go to the parks up there. It makes it's an interesting day trip, and it's something different. But it's the same concept of what you've been doing, but it's different.
Just with a twist.
Yeah.
And just as an FYI, as we talk about that, I just want to let all the brothers and sisters on here know that Papa Do's is pretty much turning into what's that other lobster? Red Lobster. Yeah, okay. So
I went a few weeks ago. It was a date. It was a spontaneous date. Like, hey, what are you doing?
It's expensive. I mean, okay, it's not expensive. It's costly, much more than Red Lobster. But I'm just telling y'all, it's like the Chrysler 300. That is not a damn Phantom. Okay.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what the best part of the Papa Do's date was for me.
Thought they had a Phantom.
It was supposed to just be a 2-hour ride, but the traffic was bad, and so what was supposed to be 2 hours in the car turned into 6 hours in the car just to go get something to eat. And that, to me, that was the best part of the date, was the quality time, the conversation, and hanging out in the car. The 6-hour drive.
Yeah,
she taught me well, because I said I needed some cash for that ass.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna show it. You just gonna pay.
No panties after dark donations. It's all about it.
I'm gonna show you. Just gonna pay. You gonna pay.
Exactly. But and that's true. I'm just saying. I'm being funny at the same time. But y'all just Red Lobster got played out years ago. That used to be when we was kids. That used to be the place where we would be like, yeah, about to take my girl to Red Lobster, and you knew you was getting some.
Ain't even busting like that no more.
Yeah.
It used to be a cheddar biscuit, but now.
Yeah. once you get grown, you know, Red Lobster's like, whatever. And now
I would do it on lunch with my girlfriends.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what Red Lobster is right now. You know, if somebody say, let's go out on a date and I'm gonna take you to Red Lobster, you should. That's a red flag. We're gonna put that in the red flag category. Absolutely. Papa Do's is starting to get there. That's all I'm trying to say. Papa Do's is starting to get there because I mean it's nice and everything, but good Lord, it is not for reals the bee's knees. It ain't the, you know what I mean? Shit, take your lady to ceviche on Bardstown Road. That shit is dope. As for Anthony the chef, he's spectacular.
Yeah, see, Papa Do's has become that. It's become the hood status thing. Like, oh, that's
what I'm saying.
You know, it's not what it was.
Yeah, no. You know, if this was Livonia, Michigan, where the population of melanated community was high, and it was a Papa Do's there, you know, and you know, we had all these fine dining. I don't even know, is Papa Do's even black owned? Like that would make me feel better about all of us going. Is if it was black owned. You know what I mean? Like that would make me feel better about all of us going. Is if it was black owned, but because it's not, and then all of us be there, we be acting like, yeah, they got to go to Papa Do's. Just sounds stupid. So either way, let's go ahead and let's jump into some of this celebrity news you can't use. Let's go ahead and hype it up. But first, before we go there, let me go ahead and pay just a couple more bills real quick. I did a commercial in the beginning, and let me pay a couple more bills, y'all. And when we come back, we're doing celebrity news that you can't use. So don't go nowhere.
Hey folks, check out healthdaddywow.net. 100% plant-based herbs and supplements. Whether you're in person or online, use the word tipping for 10% off. Remember, feel better, look great, healthdaddywow.net. Remember, healthdaddywow.net.
我说他是全网最大，你们有没有反对的？哎呦我去，哎呦我去，尴尬尴尬。吓尿了。来上一口，开播了啊！怎么都是水？
No panties after dark. Your adult relationship conversation. Going where most ones. Speaking on things most don't. It's no panties after dark. We put the relations back into relationships.
We're back. And right now, folks, it is time for some celebrity news that you can't use. Sis, take it away.
All right, so looks like Frito Bang, I don't even know who this is, allegedly was having threesomes with a married lesbian couple and got both of them pregnant.
Hey, put it in the comments if you know who Frito Bangs is.
Because I don't know who this is. I'm old. So
I honestly thought you said Frito Lay's at first.
I thought that's what I really, when I heard it, that's what I thought was Frito Lay's. I was like, oh, they was banging in the back of a Frito Lay's truck. But
I sent it to Joe. I was like, what in the She Hate Me? And Joe was like, what? But I don't know if you guys remember that Spike Lee movie from back in the day. Like, it's one of my favorite Spike Lee movies. But this guy, he got laid off from his job and he needed some money. And his ex-girlfriend approached him with this opportunity. She was a lesbian now, with this opportunity for him to get her and her girlfriend pregnant. And he turned it into a business where he was having sex with lesbian women and getting them pregnant. Like, he had like 70 kids that way. Do y'all don't remember that movie?
I remember the movie. I just don't remember the name.
It's called She Hate Me.
Yeah.
Classic. See, Marcus know what I'm talking about. So y'all was like, what the She Hate Me we got going on here? So speaking of numerous kids, Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey is filing for sole custody of rock and roll because she says shit on other kids. She said he don't ever come see him. He don't pay, he don't come see him. He don't take him to the Disney World and drive him to school.
Hold on.
And he don't go on trips with him. So she said, fuck him. And she wants sole custody of the kids, is what she said.
How many? She said rock and roll. Are those two kids or was that one?
Those is the two that they got together. Rock and roll.
Oh, okay.
That's their names.
Rock and roll. Okay.
Yes.
First off, she should be like in CPS court or something for allowing the name to be rock and roll. Like that's
what he picked. So the little girl's name is Monroe and the little boy's name is Moroccan. And so they dubbed them rock and roll.
Okay.
They did. Well, anyway, she wants.
They made it a little better.
Yeah, she wants sole custody of him because she said he don't be coming through like he's supposed to.
It's hard though, but he's got like 82 kids. I mean,
right.
That's
what I think. I think that she's embarrassed that he did all of that after they split up, and she wants to, save face from all of that.
She's trying to trim his army down. That's
right. She's like, listen, you got enough on your plate, little baby. Let me handle this one. All right, and so then we're gonna keep it short tonight, so we can keep it rolling. So today, 50 Cent issued an apology to Meg Thee Stallion for not believing her when she said that Tory Lanez shot her. So I know we've been gone for a while, and when the verdict was handed down, we weren't here. How do you guys feel about that? Because I know, like, Joe, you felt the way about it. We've had conversations, and I've always maintained that I felt like she was shot. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I personally still don't, truly believe that she was shot. I'm like Dave Chappelle. You would have to have, a newspaper from that day, their grandmother holding his ID up and a dog pissing on a fire hydrant in the background all at the same time in order for me to believe it. No, I'm just playing. Honestly, I am saddened that we care that much. Honestly, I really am. But she lied in the beginning, and I get it. She said she lied because to protect everybody, this, that, and the other. I don't know. Maybe she didn't realize she was a celebrity too, and had privilege.
She didn't realize that people were gonna care that much. I think.
Yeah, because she's not Megan Thee Stallion, right?
Right, but we're always screaming, protect Black women, believe Black women, and then send this woman to break through the codes like that, and it's sad, that she was protecting the person who injured her. And then for all of us to blow back on her, like, I can't even imagine what her mental state is like. But did you listen to the phone call? He clearly shot her. If you listen to the phone call.
Yeah, the phone call where
it was very damning. He shot
he was
her.
like, damn, and he like really kind of,
it's
like, really, why didn't they play that in the beginning? Because
they could have.
I mean, but that's what
it had to play out in court.
There were certain things that I didn't like. Like, why did he have a gag order, but she didn't? she could go on talk shows and talk about it, but he couldn't. You know, I mean, it just stuff like that was suspect to me. And you know, Tory Lanez's dad came out after the fact and really threw some damning verbiage out there about, you know, Jay-Z, the industry, Rock Nation, and everything. And you know, I don't know. It just it's problematic all in and of itself. What I'm sad about is that this is what people look at. People who don't know the positive side of the melanated community. This is what they look at. This is what they see at the top of the news, and this is what they think that we as a people are like. And that's what I'm sad about, because really, what if everybody just turned around and just invested in stocks or some shit instead of focusing on these you know, terrible stories of ratchetness that should never be.
Right.
That's my thing.
I feel you. Well, I'm just gonna go on record and say I am proud of Curtis 50 Cent Jackson for apologizing, because you know 50 is one of the biggest trolls in the game. So
yeah, that's some big man stuff right there. So I'm proud of him too.
Yeah, that was big. All right, that's all I got. You know what I'm saying? Because we're getting kind of late, so we can keep it rolling into the main topic.
I'm still waiting on the I'm still waiting for 50 to come back with a punchline or some shit. He's got to have something in his pocket.
I think he's smooth now. 50 done grew up on us. He done turned over a new leaf after he saved Monique's life. He saved Monique's ass. I think he done grew up.
Come on, T. You know, 50. He got something petty in the back.
No, I think we seeing a new Curtis Jackson.
Oh no, bro.
You may see a new Curtis Jackson, but I've seen this.
The rest of us gonna see at least 25 cents gonna pop out here in a minute.
I'm just hopeful that 5 Dimes then turn his life around. Shit.
Hey.
I was doing good, wasn't I? I was doing good.
Yeah, you gotta clutch your own pearls on that one.
I was doing so good. I'm trying to do better, y'all. I'm trying to do better.
Watch, I'm gonna tell you, one of these days when we ain't paying attention, we probably gonna put a picture of Dylan there holding her foot on Twitter.
Yep. 2 dimes and a nickel gonna come out and be like, "Look, nigga, I was fucking her too." Okay, but I'm just saying, you know, that's terrible. But all right, y'all. That was celebrity news you can't use. We'll go ahead and jump into this main topic real quick, which we are talking about bisexuality. You know, it's kind of an interesting topic to come back after the break, but we talking about, is bisexuality becoming an open norm in relationships these days?
I think so. And I don't like it because they keep trying to involve me.
So tell us your stories about what happened to you over the holidays.
Okay, so actually one of the stories, like, it happened 3 times in 1 week, but then like a couple of months ago, Alicia and I, my best friend, we had went to the Kevin Hart show. We went a couple places, and it was an older couple that approached me in this ratchet club that we don't really frequent too often. But the older couple approached me, like the woman approached me first, and she told me that I was, no, it wasn't Cedar. It was Double Deuce.
Sure wasn't 537.
Same difference.
I wasn't gonna say, but yeah, I was in Double Deuce. I was being ratchet, you know, because sometimes I like to do hood rat things with my friends. But we went Double Deuce, and it was an older couple, and the woman approached me first, like they cornered me. And, you know, since she told me that she thought I was pretty, and then the husband, like, can I get you a drink? And immediately, like, I knew what was popping out her. Like, love your skirt. You look pretty. I had on the leather skirt and the boots. You look very pretty. Like, they cornered me, and I'm looking like, where is my friend? Why am I being left alone to be cornered by this couple? Like, they was really about to try to take me home and toss me up.
They slipped her $50 and she bounced for a second.
Right! Like, she left me.
You need to talk to your friend for a second, you know.
And then another time, I was out with another friend, and we were in Groove. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Groove. So we're in Groove, and it's a couple, and we sit at the table next to them, And so then the woman turns around. I have on a red dress. She goes, "Girl, you was wearing that red." She's like, "Red is my favorite color." She got on red. I was like, "Oh, you look cute too, boo." And then a few minutes later, the husband turns around like, "What are you drinking? I don't want to buy you a drink." It always starts that way. Like the woman will throw out a few compliments, and then the husband will offer a drink. And it's like you immediately know where this is going to next. And then it happened another time. Alicia was with me this time also. We were in what is the name of that? Stony River, the restaurant.
Oh, wow.
And so, couple walks by and the husband compliments what I had on. And I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." And he looks at the wife and goes, "Look, we're sitting next to her, so now I can tell her stuff." And I'm like, "Please don't tell me nothing. I'm not on the menu. I'm not on the menu." So I'm just like, do I give off those vibes that where couples feel like, I want to take her home and toss her up? Like, what, But I think that's like becoming the norm. Like they're bored, they go out and they like pick somebody to go home
and toss up.
And toss up. Y'all not tossing me.
I don't know. I mean, again, I always go back to the where to agree. It is definitely everything is pretty much okay where to agree, right?
Right. But I wonder, do they really agree though? Like, are they agreeing, or is the wife like, okay, I ain't really into women, but if it keeps him from stepping out, and can I at least pick the woman? And what, how does this work? And why do y'all keep picking me?
Well, your smile, personality, you speak back.
Yes, those are the vibes that get couples to come over and want to toss a person up. Yeah,
well, then they go from the neck down. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't get with that. I'm a one woman man. I mean, I'm a one man woman. You know what I'm saying? You
just admitted it. So I mean, if you're gonna admit it,
I don't get with no, y'all not bringing me home. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. But I mean, how does this work? Like, I need people in the comments. Like, how does that discussion go with your mate? Like, hey, let's go bring somebody home.
I don't feel like we got any threesome airs in the comments today. I don't know.
I want to know how that works.
Exactly, right there, T. You talk to everybody.
I mean, well, I'm friendly.
And then
that's
the start, because you talk with a smile when you first talk to people.
I know,
which everybody should,
Everybody should. But a lot of people take that as inviting. Like, oh,
no, it's not inviting. I'm just friendly. I'm a nice person. Like Greg and I were talking about this earlier. Like, how did I end up with a boyfriend? And I'm like, I think I go, like, me and somebody go together, and I just be talking, and I don't be meaning half that shit.
I was trying to find a post on your page that got us into this conversation. I just realized it wasn't even on your page.
I made a post about it also, because I posted where I texted my friend across the table, like, did you hear what he said? And she goes, yeah, I heard him.
No, not that. I'm talking about the post about the topic.
Oh, the other Tiandra made a post about it too, because she's been approached also.
What it was. Yeah, she had made a post about the whole, I guess, bisexual marriage thing. And I mean, but what we're talking about is we're talking about it now being open.
Right, like they're open to, like, is this like you get into your marriage and like decide like, hey, so we fuck other people together? Like, how does that work?
But I feel like the wife, I mean, when we talk about, I feel like the wife now, there is relationships where it's okay for the man to be bisexual just as much as it's okay for her to be bisexual. So it's like, really, what was the point of getting married? But I mean, I don't know.
Right. Let's just be in a relationship. And I don't know, like, I don't know if I personally could be with a man that I know has been with other men, because I'm gonna feel to some level a little bit of an insecurity. Like, I can't provide to you what another, you know, that feeling that you are getting from a man. I can't give that.
Ergo, the strap on.
And I'm not doing that.
As a present.
I know, and I've had a conversation with, you know, one of my trans friends who transitioned from female to male, and they were giving me the insight of, you know, how all of that works with the prosthetic penis and all of that. And apparently, like, you need a lot of cardio for that. I'm not doing that. I'm a lazy bitch. And it's just weird.
I don't know.
Greg is it's just weird. I mean, it's weird to me. It's weird to me. Now, some people, this is your life.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I can't even begin to act like I can understand it. I really can't, because, you know, I'm down for the women at all times. So,
like, you know, saying like, so like, how do you do? Like, I saw on Facebook a couple of years ago, it was a couple where they had a sneaky link. They were sharing the sneaky link, and the wife got pregnant by the sneaky link. So she was doing the guy, and he was doing the guy, and sometimes they would do the guy together. And then the wife got pregnant by the guy.
Yeesh. That's an ugly situation.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
you know, and you know what? And low key, the whole Will, Jada, and August situation, I think August was doing Will too.
Oh yeah, definitely was. I know it didn't. I know I sound like Mr. Confident that was happening. I mean, but for real, honestly, I think they were grooming that boy.
I think they were. I think they were both fucking him.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that this is a conversation that, you know, exactly. I know I was like, okay, we can talk about it. But I mean, I put it this way: there is a extreme double standard when it comes to that, because yes, a lot of guys would not have a problem with another woman coming into the bedroom, right? Whereas they would definitely have a problem with another man, even if y'all weren't touching each other. But if she had a fantasy of two men, they would definitely have a problem with another man.
I have a couple of girlfriends that have had that happen. Their men worked that out for them.
Where it was them and another guy? Hey,
yes,
more power to them, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. More power to them. I
don't really consider that a threesome. That's more of a train, but you know, to each their own.
I mean, but my question is like, okay, where are they now? You know what I mean? Like, how's their relationship now? You know, did it work out? You know, I mean, years later, are they still together?
And that's why, me personally, that's why it's my personal preference. Like, I would prefer not to entertain threesomes within my serious relationship, because I feel like that just is an invitation for shit to go left.
It usually does.
Regardless of if it's, you know, us bringing in another woman or another man. Like, I think that's the invitation for shit to go left. And there's a lot of women out there that will entertain that, not because they want to, but because they feel like they have to in order to, you know, keep their man.
You know what? It always happens. The third wheel comes in and breaks the whole cart. It really does. Because there becomes trust issues after that. And then, you know, somebody may want to do it more than the other person wants to do it. Mm-hmm. The man might have brought it in and said, oh, I just want to do this one time. Let's try it. This woman's like,
or you were into the other person more than you've been into your partner.
Yeah.
And now they're feeling a certain type of way.
Most dudes would feel some type of way if another man comes in and, you know, y'all, you work that out, and then he just, you know, he handles your wife in a way that you don't, and she's just over there like giggly, bubbly, loving life. And, you know, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know, man.
Then you're gonna feel
like, how would you handle that? Like, your wife has never squirted for you, and you bring this other man in, And he's putting in this work, and then boom, water fountain. You sitting over here like your manhood's attacked, right?
You gonna feel less than a man.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you just don't put yourself in the predicaments.
Exactly. Like just
you don't put yourself in them predicaments. Dick being the major word. Yeah, hey, you got the mute right there at the bottom, brother. You all good?
I'll be right
but that's why I was like, why do people put themselves in them situations? But
I got you.
But I mean, it's a lot of women out there. I think like the mentality is, you know, we do this, then the likelihood of him cheating is low. At least I get to, you know, pick the woman and not the kid. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough situation, and I don't think I would be. But again, this conversation is more so, could you date a bisexual man or woman? You know, meaning it being open and okay that they are, you know, that they just go whatever way they want to go. They don't know which way they want to go.
Yeah, you know what? And I know the mentality of a lot of bisexual people is just because I'm bisexual and I go both ways doesn't mean that I cheat and that I wouldn't be faithful. But I think that the fear of the straight partner would be that it's always going to be something missing for you. Like you're not getting fulfilled in certain areas over here because I can only do so much. Whereas over there, they can do, you know, what I can't do. So, you know, sexually. So like, you know, and I think that, you know, it brings insecurity and fear.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I mean, okay, so two women together. What is it that two women can do to please each other that a man can't do for a woman?
She might just be more turned on by women. Now, I did have a lesbian friend tell me, she was like, you know, you fuck with men, they bust the nut and they're done. She's like, but women, they stay wet all night.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the
walks of life, we be having these real conversations.
And that's the thing, because at the same time, I mean, you know, that's not. I mean, that's definitely not always the case. You know, I know. If I'm doing a quickie, I state that, like, look, this is what it's about to be. You good with that? Cool. Okay, cool. All right. You know what I mean? Like, look, you tired? I need some. And hey, can we get this? Okay, cool. All right, that's what's up. You know, but for the most part, I mean, I think most good guys out here try to show out for their wife. You know.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
You got to pull out all the stops.
Yeah, because I feel like if you don't, you know, relatively often show out for your wife, then, you know, somebody else could potentially, I ain't trying to have her bored. You know what I mean?
Did you see that they have a new show, Seeking Brother Husband?
Oh, hell no.
All these shows and stuff. No, as we wrap up, what are we talking about? What is this show?
It's Seeking Brother Husband, so it's the same premise as Seeking Sister Wife, except for is it polyandrous? I'm not quite sure the correct terminology of it, but it's where the wife has more than one husband. Now, I did watch a couple episodes of Seeking Sister Wife, and the shit had me blown. Okay, because he had 3 wives and then he married the 4th wife, and like they had a schedule of when he would go see everybody, and they had a whole community, like they raised the kids together and they took care of each other. It was like really like a community. I don't know too many men that are gonna go for their wife having another husband.
Yeah.
Why would you even want that, to be honest? I mean, men or women, why would you want more than one person to deal with? It's hard enough dealing with one person. Then you have to deal with 2, 3, 4 different attitudes.
Well, okay. Let me say this. Okay, so I know of some people in those type of relationships, and for instance, I know one person who, you know, the there's a younger, like everything's intentional. There's a younger wife versus an older wife, and the younger one provides certain things, youthfulness that the older wife, maybe does not provide. But everybody has to get along, and they all bring something to the table for the collective. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's very intentional. It's not like this haphazard, tonight I'm gonna be with her, tomorrow I'm gonna be with her type thing. It's a very intentional type of collective situation. So in those respects, then I'm not mad at it. If you were to look at something like that and these people were wild and crazy, then that'd be one thing. But when you look at people like that and they're good quality people providing something for the community, giving back, business owners, you know what I mean? Then they ain't out drinking, kids' blood and stuff like that. So, hey,
You ever seen the show Big Love? You ever seen the show Big Love?
No, never seen that.
That's exactly what you're describing. That's exactly what it sounds like. You have an older midwife, whatever. You have the younger one, and you also have the middle one. I mean, it was on HBO. It was a good series. Bill Paxton. But you sound
I'm gonna have
just
to look
like
that up.
What was it called again?
Big Love.
Big
I'm gonna have to
Love.
look that up.
Huh. Okay.
Well, let me ask you guys this: would you be able to be with a bisexual woman? Why did Greg blush?
I ain't blush. I'm just like, I'm trying to ask myself.
I mean, I think it depends because, okay, is that bisexuality? Do I get to enjoy it too? You know what I mean? Do I get to enjoy your bisexuality too? So that's the first question. I mean, is this a mutual participatory thing, or is this just you get to go and do your bisexuality on your own? In that case, I'm gonna say no. If that's the case, but if it's a mutually understood thing that we all get to participate in, then yeah, why not?
But what if she's just bisexual, but she's like, okay, well, Joe, I'm bisexual, but now that I'm with you only, and I'm not gonna be with other women. Like, would you be okay with that? Like, in the back of your mind, would you worry if she was out creeping with other women?
I mean, I've been in long-term relationships with women that have messed with other women at times in their life or whatever. So I don't think it's I mean that's not even abnormal to me. I mean, when I was younger, I used to have a statistic that said that every woman has done something with another woman by age 25. And that's I was in my 20s and college campuses and in my teens and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, that was just because that's what I had experienced and seen, that by age 25, damn near every woman had done something with another woman, kissed something. So, are you blushing, T?
No, I'm thinking back to some of the stories that you have told me in the conversations that you and I have had, privately. And I'm just thinking back to like, because you done had some experiences. I forgot about those for a second.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's things out there, and so that's normal.
This comment, they're right once left, because I know the situation behind that. She had someone who told her that she could have another man.
Unless.
I want her to tell that story.
Hold on. We didn't see this one. Scissoring and women know certain spots to touch that some men will never know. Okay, John.
I've heard scissoring is bomb, is what I've heard. Never experienced it, but I heard it is the shit.
I've scissored some women.
I've heard. Again, like I said, I have all walks of life. I have gay friends. I have lesbian friends. I have a trans friend. We have these conversations.
I just call it, having sex perpendicularly. But
I've heard it's lit.
Yeah, that's been fun before. I mean, no.
Perpendicularly sex.
Yeah, yeah.
You ain't never done that, T?
No, I've never done it, but I heard it's lit. I've done a lot of things in my day, but I've never done that.
Well, no. See, I'm not talking about with another woman. I'm just talking about with a man. You ain't never done that with a man?
Yeah,
well,
that's
there
all I'm
was
talking
this
about.
one time, but it was weird because he was not well endowed, and we had some. I was scissoring him.
You had some connection issues. Huh?
I was scissoring. You know what? When I think about it, I was scissoring, man. It was. I don't even know how I got there. I don't know how I got there.
Had to keep starting over.
It fell out so many times. We had to maneuver in a way because it just kept falling out, and then we were. Yeah, I was scissoring that man.
Oh Lord.
And it was not lit. It was not lit.
He probably told people though. He probably was like, "Hey, dog. Hey, she did this thing on me last night, bro."
And he
Hey,
called.
you know that's exactly how he did it too.
You think you could come back over? No. I mean, it was one of the situations where we were there, and it was happening, and it was like, do you go home or do you complete the mission?
At that point, you got to go hard to go home.
We were there.
You got to go hard
to
to go home.
The mission. I've scissored somebody. Yes.
Well, I mean, but like you said, they say that women scissoring is fine. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I put it this way. Like I said, there is a double standard, and I think it's just because, like, I don't know, most guys like me, not this day and age, weird dudes, but most guys, right? We still remember that women are sugar and spice and everything nice.
Cause we
right?
are.
So,
I am.
So all of this masculinity stuff is just like wild and weird and out there, right? But so since we still remember, we damsels in distress. We look at women as soft and supple and beautiful and sexy and sensuous and all of these things, right? So when two women, get together, it's just like angelic. It's like an angelic aura of beauty.
Unless it's two ugly women.
Happens. Yeah, well,
what you gonna do if it's two hobbits?
I mean, again, there's a reason why I click on pages like I was doing earlier and look at stuff.
Like,
because,
what you gonna do if it's two hobbits?
Well, why would I even be there anyway to see that? So I'm just saying, it seems to be more acceptable because two women together. There's no like two dudes. That's like blood and gore. That's a movie
Shamar,
you don't really care to watch.
Shamar been that girl. Shamar with the crooked back.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The little hobbit dude with the crooked back. He wearing wigs and makeup. Shamar. And Shamar keep him a man. A fine man at that. Shamar been that girl.
But I'm just saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, to put something in another dude like that, that's blood and gore.
But some people, some days they don't do that. They don't do the penetration.
Oh, so they scissor too.
Well, I don't know. I know they do blowjobs. Some of them don't do penetration. Like it's some of them. Like I know one that said he don't take dick.
He just give it, right?
I was gonna say he just give it.
Maybe he give it, but he said he don't take it. He don't take it.
He's a top dog. He's not a bottom loader.
He's a top dog, top round.
He's definitely not a power bottom.
He's not a bottom loader. I got you.
He's not a bottom loader. And then some of them, they ride it like I'm
just saying, it's the world is fucked up. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a whole fucked up world. Joni says it's better to be the one invited to the bedroom than to be the one in the relationship and have to deal with the insecurities of having another woman or man join.
That's factual.
No, you don't want to invite me into your bedroom. Them couples that keep inviting me, see what's gonna happen is when I leave, your husband's soul gonna be in my purse when I walk out the door, and then he gonna be crying, and you ain't gonna be able to figure out what's wrong. You don't want to invite me to your bedroom. I be trying to save these couples.
Being invited, you can get up and walk away. You ain't got to deal with
Right,
all
I'm gonna walk away, and your husband's soul gonna be in my pocketbook. You wouldn't have finished the mission. I mean, we were there, and we were there. He gave really fabulous mouth to mouth resuscitation, and we were there. And so then I didn't know when he pulled out, and it just and it I scissored that man. We're gonna have to rip
jump
this.
back into that.
Amazing reel for tomorrow.
All I know is that I still enjoy the sanctity and purity of a good quality marriage. You know what I mean? We put the toxicity at the door, and people have the ability to communicate with each other without yelling, screaming, and arguing. Sure, things can get heated from time to time in a relationship, but we're not talking about screaming at the top of lungs toxicity. I'm talking about, I still believe in traditional, some traditional things. Let that man lead. You learn to follow. Sir, you learn to listen to your wife. You know what I mean? I mean, I still believe in some stuff that I seen growing up as a kid that I seen in marriage. So it's just kind of, it's hard when you look at the way things are out here. Parents ain't disciplining their kids. We got a whole generation of kids of dudes that were raised by women over the last 20 years, and now they out here acting dumb and a fool, emotional, because they don't know how to control their emotions. They don't know how to go into their own space and deal with their emotions. They just know how to yell and scream like a woman, like typical what a woman. We expect a woman's emotions to not be as controlled, because that's just the way things were made, right? So the man is there to complement and help calm her down, right? In serious situations. Again, we complement each other, and that's the way it's supposed to work. But not today. Nah, we out here competing and whatnot, and that's. But
that's how we were designed, and we were designed to work that way. Men and women were designed to need each other. We were designed that way.
Yin and yang, baby.
We've gotten away from that.
Yeah, we have. I mean, it's been a lot of broken homes and stuff, and that's it's a long topic for another day.
We've discussed this several times, and I'm sure we're going to discuss it several times more over here.
But the thing about it is that we know how we got here. We got to focus on how we move forward,
right, and how to get back where we need to be, and that's the issue. And I was having a discussion with someone today. We were talking about being responsible with the decisions that you make once you become a parent. And people are just putting up with anything in relationships, and this is the example that you are showing your children because of what you are willing to put up with and deal with.
You're not valuing yourself, so the kids are not going to value themselves either.
And that's what we gotta figure out, is how to get those values back into the home, so that this generation that's coming up after us can get it right. Because our generation,
this I don't know. The world is lost. I'm just on some these days. I'm on some. Let's save what we can and who we can and keep it moving. That's all we can do. Because we fighting a battle that as long as you got the people who control the music industry as they do, then it's gonna forever be, as long as we got the people that control the movie industry, the entertainment industry as they do, and continue to feed us bullshit, we're gonna keep perpetuating it, because unless somebody comes up with some spray, that would be dope. If we had some get right spray, that would be some shit. Like if we could make some get right spray, yeah, you just go knock on doors and see. My thing, I had a whole thing to fix the world, and it would just be where you would have teams of people with clipboards, and they would have these test questions, and you just go knock on doors, and when people don't answer properly, then you just hit them with the get right spray, and that's actually a new version, because my old version was just get rid of them if they just don't answer the questions right, because if you just not worth society's anything, then we just don't need you.
You can do like that one televangelist and just slap him with a jacket, slap him with a blazer, knock him out.
Yeah, there you go. But look, man, this has been great conversation. It's good to be back for the new year. We're gonna definitely we have a topic for next week, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We have topics for a couple of weeks, and I have some books, and I'm doing some research.
Yeah, so next week, I think our topic is, I want to try to put this out here so that y'all know what's coming up.
We're good for 4 weeks, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna give y'all next week's topic. I'm gonna give y'all. What is it?
It's secrets in a marriage. Should you and your spouse know everything? Is there such thing as knowing too much?
Man, so we're gonna dig into locations on people be sharing locations. It's some women out here, they trying to be wives. They share locations with they female friends, but they don't share locations with they man. So
well, I'm gonna share my location with my girlfriends because I'm a single woman. So if anything
exactly, that makes sense.
That
makes sense.
Sneaking with the sneaky link, she can come get my ass.
But the other side of it is, if you're in and that makes sense. But and this is just going along that topic of secrets. How much is too much? Should everybody know everything in a relationship? That is a topic of conversation that has been brought up, where people say, hey, I don't share location with my man, but you share locations with your girl. Like, that don't make sense.
Way to solve that part.
I think that if we in a committed relationship, I should better know where you at all times. I mean, and I don't think that that's a trust thing. I think that's like a safety thing, because if we're in a relationship, clearly you my number one now. You my man, you my number one. So if I'm in trouble, I need you to come get me.
Yeah, versa. So, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'm gonna share my location with whoever I know is gonna come get me if I need them to.
And if you're in a relationship where you got this long-term relationship with this man, and you still sharing locations with your girlfriends, but not your man,
that's a problem.
That's a problem, because that begins to say something. It begins to say, okay, what is it that you don't want him to know about your whereabouts that it's okay for your homegirls to know about? That's exactly what that's saying.
Well, shit, I'm clingy as fuck in relationships. So if we're in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, you sit in my skin with me anyway.
Exactly. That's how it should be.
You sitting in my skin wherever I'm at, you with me.
Yeah, you supposed to become best friends, and all those best friends that you have, you got them, and y'all kick it. But you and your man, y'all should be on some next level type shit. Like that's what I'm talking about.
I don't gotta share my location with him because he's in my skin with me.
Hey, look, y'all be easy. Like I said, next week is how much is too much to know. Is secrets in a marriage. Should you know everything about the other person? So we will see y'all next week, same place, same time, 6 p.m. PST. right? Pacific time, and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brother Greg, Pastor Greg, man, we appreciate you stepping in and joining us tonight. And hope to see you again rocking with us here on No Panties After Dark.
Anytime.
Sis, appreciate you, sis, always.
Love you, bro.
Hey, love you too. We'll see y'all next week.
No Panties After Dark. Your adult relationship conversation. Going where most speaking on things